What's up and welcome to the Sam Dracula channel, Charlotte Hornets fan channel. And I've been away for a little bit, had to handle some personal business. You can call me Rizmac Biombo, but we're back. The channel's active again. The live streams will continue soon. And we got the trade deadline to talk about. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the players that I think should either be like top priority items out the door, guys that, you know, kind of middle tier if the price is right kind of vibe. And then absolutely ain't no way should these guys be traded in this video. But before we get into that, I want to talk about what the Hornets should be looking to acquire. Two things: expiring contracts and draft picks, and then maybe young players. But that's the order. That's the list, in my opinion. Like, you know, there's some Bones Highland for the Nuggets pick that we have. Sure, why not? That if a deal like that comes along, maybe we do that. I don't mind that as much. But in general, what the Hornets and Mitch Kupchak should be focusing on, in my opinion, are expiring contracts and draft picks. Hornets need flexibility and assets because, man, it's looking pretty dry. Top level, he has to go. Top priority items, get him out the door. Middle tier, if the price is right. Not trying to move him, but, you know, to sweeten up a deal, right offer comes along, sure, let's dance, right? Bottom tier, ain't no way, hanging up the phone. This is specific to this trade deadline. So, for instance, Mark Williams. I like Mark Williams. I'm a big fan of him, right? I think he has a bright future. I think he needs some more playing time. And that means he's a hard no for me right now. In the summer, you know, if the Hornets end up with Wembanyama, who knows? But like he'd be up here. But leading up to the deadline, no way. Like, it'll be dumb to trade Mark Williams right now, right? You see where I'm going? See where I'm going with this? But moving swiftly on, I'm going to try to make this quick because we have a lot of players to get through here. Mason Plumlee has to go, mainly because of this guy. You know what I mean? What's the point? What's the point of having Mason Plumlee on this team? What's the point? It doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense. He could be helping out so many other franchises right now. He's having a career year and a contract year. Most important thing about this, honestly, he's going to walk at the end of the year. They have him. I'm pointing at with, like, you can see my hand. Hornets have Mark Williams. They have Nick Richards. We'll see what happens with Kai Jones. We'll see what happens lottery night. Mason Plumlee is not part of the long-term plans here in Charlotte, and he could do. Mitch Kupchak could do him a favor and get him on free Mason, and get him on a good team because he deserves it. He's been playing very well this year. Like, he's 32. Like, Mitch, be merciful. Give Mason Plumlee to a good team. Kelly Oubre, similar to Mason Plumlee, gonna be a free agent this summer. I think it's highly unlikely he returns, and I don't think he should return. I'm not a big fan of Kelly Oubre's play style. It's very frustrating to watch, and I think the Hornets could get something in return for him. Now, if it means packaging these guys together, fair play, right? I'm just bucketing. I'm putting these guys in categories, right? It's up to Mitch to find the perfect deal. But these guys should be the top priority because of the contract status, their age, and the overall makeup of the team. If this team is healthy, the deepest part of the team is the wing. And Kelly Oubre, like, I would rather have Jalen McDaniels get his minutes. Like, what's the point? What's the point of having him on the team? Now, the injured wrist is a bit of an L. Who knows if that deters him from getting traded? But he should be fine. The season's not over. And he can help out a playoff team in a bench rotation. So these are the top two priorities if I'm Mitch Kupchak, to get these guys new homes. This middle tier is pretty empty. Let me just toss McGowan's in there. Let me toss DSJ in there. Let me toss James Bouknight in there. Let me put JT Thor in there. Let me put Kai Jones in there. Let me put Nick Richards in there. Let me put Teo Maladon in there. Whew. All right, let me talk about these guys. Put them all in there for now. More will be coming into that middle column. But these guys, to varying degrees, like, I'm a fan of DSJ. I like Bryce McGowan's. I like Thor. I like Kai Jones, Nick Richards. But, like, none of these guys are off limits, right? I don't think you should be pushing to get them out. You have time with a lot of these guys are all on rookie deals, with the exception of Dennis Smith Jr., who's not on a rookie deal. But you know what I mean? Like, these players, let me do it like this. Two-way player. Everyone else is on a rookie deal currently. So there's no rush to get them out of town. You have time to see what they turn into player-wise. So it's in your best interest as a franchise to wait and see. But none of these guys should keep the franchise from making a deal happen, right? Like, imagine you find out Like Mark Stein's like, yo, the Hornets had a chance to dump salary and get picks, but they didn't want to give up JT Thor in a trade. Like, nah, that's not what's going on here. That shouldn't be what's going on here. Anyone in that row should be gettable. Should be gettable. Cody Martin, like, you could, sure. Like, he's a weird one because I think he's a strong candidate to just be shut down for the year. You know, he's having his recurring issues with his leg injury. It doesn't make sense. Cody Martin is one of the main like pieces of this team. Having him on the shelf for as long as he's been out for is an L. There's like, just put him on the shelf. Not interested in trading him. But again, he's not going to hold up. He shouldn't. He shouldn't hold up a deal. But again, I'm not trying to push him out the door. I like Cody Martin a lot. But with the injuries, shut him down. If someone wants him, come get him. But that's kind of how I feel about Cody. Let's do LaMelo. All right, LaMelo, ain't no way. Right? Let me put him ahead of, do it in this order. The price on LaMelo has to be like unbelievable for the Hornets to even consider trading him. And at this point, it doesn't even make sense to trade him with another year remaining on his rookie deal, right? So like his value isn't even like solidified yet until year 4 comes along anyway. So and in no way, shape, or form or fashion should he be traded in the next few days here. So he's in the bottom tier as well for obvious reasons. This is where it gets interesting because I think these are the most viable trade pieces for the Hornets. Okay. Of the guys that I think would be traded, these guys, Hayward, McDaniels, Washington, and Rozier are the most viable trade pieces that could be traded, right? LaMelo is the most viable piece, but there's no way they trade him. You know what I mean? So when it comes to these guys, I think these guys will have to be packaged with some of these other guys in this mix, like in this middle column to get a deal done, right? But for the sake of this, these like this next stretch, I don't view Terry as a must get out of town. Same with Hayward. I'm gonna tell you why in a second. Hayward's contract next year is actually really great for what the Hornets doing. It's an expiring contract. Whether or not he stays on the floor is a whole different thing. Like, who the hell knows with him? But his cap number, it actually becomes an asset next season and going into the summer for teams that are looking to blow things up. So I don't think a team is going to blow it up right now, right? Maybe the Nets. I don't know what's going on with Brooklyn, but what Brooklyn did, by the way, with Kyrie may low-key help the Hornets out. Here's what I mean. So the Lakers offered Westbrook the 27 and the 29 picks to Brooklyn. And this is insane. The Lakers like, no, we can't trade Austin Rivers and Max Christie. But whatever. Westbrook at 27 and 29 were on the table and are on the table. And with Kyrie off the table, maybe, just maybe, Lakers get desperate and they do that deal, Hayward and Rozier to Los Angeles. This is the only deal. This deal would move Hayward and Rozier until he has to go. Like, you got to do that deal if you're the Hornets. You get off Hayward's money. Rozier is so important to what this team does, and his contract number isn't that bad in the grand scheme of things. But from a roster construction point of view, moving him on, getting Westbrook back, you buy him out, you sit him down, whatever, go full tank, and you get these Lakers picks, even if there's protections on them. Those are super valuable because the Lakers in 27 and 29 are going to be ass. Most likely. They're kind of ass now, and they're probably not getting better in the next 4 to 6 years. So that being said, getting these picks I think would be massive, even if it's just one of them to move away from Hayward and Rozier. Come with me into this hypothetical possibility where the Hornets win the lottery and end up with Wembanyama, and you have LaMelo and Wembanyama as your building blocks, and you want to add a star, like a third player, a veteran player, a guy that's been in the playoffs, that's been in the league, that's an adult, that's very good as well, that can complement those guys. Using Hayward's expiring contract, that $30 million cap number, can get you to a place where you can make a move for a legitimate third guy. And waiting till the summer could be advantageous for the Hornets. Now, if you have a chance to get off the money, get in Westbrook, buy out Westbrook, do it. Mitch, do it. But waiting until the summer could be viable because here's what I mean. Kevin Durant's not coming here, right? So let's move on. But follow me with what I'm saying. A guy like Kevin Durant wants to be traded. How are you going to get to that $47 million cap number? Hayward's cap figure can get you there, right? Maybe the Hornets get involved in the three-way. Maybe it's a straight-up trade for Bradley Beal with picks and some of the youth to Washington. Maybe they're trying to blow up their situation, right? We got Siakam on this list, right? Imagine him as a third guy with Wembanyama and LaMelo Ball, right? Skip over Ben Simmons real quick. Karl Towns, I don't know. Like, you see what I'm saying? There are guys around that number that I think would complement a potential team built around LaMelo and Wembanyama if the Hornets were just happen to get so lucky on lottery night. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the deadline, unless you have an opportunity to go get Westbrook, I think you wait and see how the rest of the league plays out, because then you could have a little race to get involved with the Hayward deal. See, look at him right there, nestled in neatly between DeAndre Ayton and Chris Paul. Like Jaylen Brown, like what if he demands a trade in the summer, right? Him, Jaylen Brown, LaMelo Ball, Wembanyama, that could be something. That could be something. A long way from getting there. All right, we're still in the hypothetical land here. We got a long way to get there. But you see what I'm saying? Even DeMar DeRozan, right? Like a real veteran, like with the kids, that could be something nice. So I in my opinion, I think it'd be best to wait unless this deal's on the table. This deal's only on the table for a few more days. So if this isn't available, I say you wait and then you make a play in the summer if you happen to get lucky on lottery night. So that's why I'm putting them top of if the price is right. And then lastly, Jalen McDaniels, PJ Washington, two guys I'm a big fan of. I'm a big fan of PJ and Jalen. I'm a big fan of their development, the versatility. They're not perfect defenders, but they're willing defenders in a team that doesn't defend. And so I'm a fan of that. They can hit open shots. They can be streaky, but hey, what we want, right? We're dealing with what we got here. And I like their futures. I think they have strong futures. Restricted free agent, unrestricted free agent. A lot of trade rumors around him, right? A lot of teams asking about Jalen. Can they keep him? Probably not. If you're Jalen McDaniels and you walk into the summer and you have options, are you choosing the Hornets? I don't know. I don't see it. So I'm putting him underneath Rozier if the price is right. Like, I hope McDaniels is a part of this franchise next year. I really do. But because he's an unrestricted free agent, it's a bit tough. It's a bit tough. So I'm putting him there for now. Like PJ, I'm putting him right next to as well, I think, because PJ restricted free agent. They had an opportunity to extend him, couldn't reach an agreement leading into this season. So restricted free agency looms for Pajamas Washington, and somebody's gonna pay him. He deserves to be paid. And the Hornets, I think, will probably end up overpaying him. Some combination of these three guys, Mason, Kelly, Jalen, or Mason, Kelly, PJ. Like, I think you can put something together nicely where you get like a Harrison Barnes, let's say, right? Or even going back to this, where maybe you toss in Jalen or PJ in a Westbrook deal to get these picks, right? You have possibilities with these guys' current cap numbers and their futures. But who knows, bro? Who knows? This team is tough. This team is in a tough spot. And I would not want to be Mitch Kupchak right now. There's no good times without bad times. Hopefully the bad times don't last long. But they probably will. You know how this goes. But yo, I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Again, live streams return this week. Yeah, I've been Sam. You've been great. Peace.